Good morning, Pre-PT Nation. This is a video I've been wanting to create for some time. We did a poll, I believe it was last week on Instagram, asking applicants what the most challenging aspect of completing their application on PTCAS. And with that poll, it came out very clearly. Supplemental essays by a mile was the most challenging aspect, followed by completing your PTCAS essay. And that does not surprise anybody. That makes perfect sense. Everything that we've been seeing, and when we're working with applicants, supplemental essays can definitely surprise people with how long it takes. Just because you have one PTCAS essay, but each individual program, there's some programs that have 4 or 5 supplemental essays, and some of them can be as many as 10,000 characters. And before you know it, you're like, oh my gosh, I got 40,000 characters of content I got to create, in addition to other programs. So this is one of the main reasons we recommend applicants are very selective with the number of programs they apply to, because then it cuts down on the total number of supplemental essays that you're having to complete. Anyways, so this is a copy of all the prompts from an applicant that we are working with. It's not their brainstorming document. It's just all the prompts that they're trying to get completed. And these are due October 2nd. So you should definitely organize your, on a centralized document, which is what we recommend first, is to create a document that gives you a 30,000 foot view of all of the supplemental essay prompts that you need to complete, the deadlines or the submission deadlines for those programs. And then we've color coded this one to include program-specific essays that you can reuse, or you could say, well, this one's pretty similar to this one, so we've color-coded them based on, okay, these are ones that you could just, these are very similar prompts, and you can just reuse them, right? So this is like the centralized planning document, and this is what we'd recommend that you do. You create one of these, one centralized planning document, and then from there, you would create individual documents for each university, right? So this is University of Utah. These are their prompts. And then this is for University of Colorado. And this is because if you do all your brainstorming and your organizing on this document, and then you start writing and doing finalized edits on this document, and then you're having people look at this document, before you know it, it can be very cumbersome and confusing. And you're like, well, I have my brainstorm here. I have part of this essay in this section. And there's all of these comments, these Google comments that I'm having to resolve over here, and different suggestions. We had an applicant that had a 30 to 40 page document where he was writing all of his supplemental essays, had all of the brainstorming comments that we had. I understand the benefit of having it all in one place, but it also can make it more confusing and more cumbersome. Especially when you have a lot of prompts to do like this applicant does. So then what we recommended is, okay, you have this document, which is, it's good for you to kind of just have your lay of the land. You can look at it here, and then you create these individual documents. And this is what you share. We recommend that they share with us. So that way it's clear and concise for us. Okay, this is what I need you to edit. This prompt, this essay, and then we only have a few comments to resolve over here, as opposed to having dozens and dozens of comments that we need to resolve in one centralized document. You can also break this down on your Google Drive, have a folder that's just for your supplemental essays, and then under each program, you can have a separate folder that has just those program essays, or you could break it up under each program and have a separate document for each essay if they have multiple essays. However is easiest for you. It's usually just easier if you break it up into more manageable pieces. So that way you can keep yourself organized, and it also helps you stay more motivated because you're like, okay, I'm done with this essay. I can move on. If you look at this humongous document and it just has all of this stuff still on it, it can psychologically just be overwhelming thinking, how am I going to get all this done, right? So anyways, that is the point of this video, is to show you another way to organize your supplemental essays. If you are having a hard time completing your PTCAS or your supplemental application essays, you definitely are not going to want to miss out on our final application essays webinar that we will be hosting this Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's a free event. This is our last essays webinar of the application cycle as we get ready to pivot into interview season. So if you have application essays that you have not yet completed, you are not going to want to miss out on this awesome content. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you have additional comments or suggestions, other ways that you've found to be successful with organizing your supplemental essays, please share them with us in the comments down below. This is not me saying this is the only way you can do it. There's a lot of different ways that you can do it. Probably better, more streamlined ways to organize. But thanks so much. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Have an awesome rest of your day and happy applying.